What's up guys, JTails here with another video, and today I'm going to bring to you one of the most widely requested videos on the channel, which is a breakdown on every character. So what I'm going to do is play this video trailer. This is actually from Snormanda on YouTube. I'll put the link to her channel in the description. And I'm going to be watching every single trailer of the Smash Ultimate characters and giving my brief opinion about them, as well as where I think they're going to be in the meta. So kind of like a very rough tier analysis. And I know I'm putting myself at risk because a lot of people, Jigglypuff mains are going to say, no, you don't know any better. Jigglypuff is top tier. You don't know what you're talking about, JTails. Once again, this is only my opinion. I'm not saying I'm right. I'm not saying I know better than you. But I have been competing in Smash Brothers for over 10 years. Brawl, Smash Wii U, and I know a thing or two about the series and the game. So take it for what it is. You don't have to take my word, set in stone. And you're free to argue in the comments and stuff like that. I actually encourage it. Just be respectful. That's the only thing I ask. If you disagree, give me a reasoning. If you, that's it. If you disagree, give reasoning. And if you agree, let me know. Let's jump right into it. Nice. Flood. Alright, so Mario still has Flood. He still has his up tilt. I don't know what that's all about. His final smash is looking good. The taunt's looking legit. Okay, so Mario, things I want to talk about. I mean, he seems like he pretty much has the same range and the same moveset as in Smash Wii U. And I think Mario is he's always going to be a solid character. The main issues that Mario ran into were the fact that he had trouble landing due to his lack of range. And I think that is still going to be the case. Anyone with disjoints is going to be able to still prevent him from landing. Wait, what was that? That right there, oh, was that Fireball that he did? Come down with a Fireball into Cape? Or was that a new forward air? Yeah, I think he has the same forward air. But in any case, guys, Mario's still going to have some trouble landing and being put up in the air. He also, from what I'm hearing, doesn't have down throw into up tilt combos, or like up tilt, up tilt, up tilt, up air, up B, it was a big source of damage. And not to say that Mario is going to be bad without it, but he's definitely going to be toned down quite a bit without that high source of damage. So I think he's going to go from a potential top 5 to maybe like a potential top 15, closer to the 15 area, because his main damage tool is gone, being the up tilt, and jab locks actually don't work anymore, so he can't even get early KOs because players can still, first of all, they can tech the footstool, they can tech jab locks, and then secondly, if they miss the tech, they still have an option to roll or get up attack or something else. So that also indirectly nerfs Mario just a little bit. Alright, we could probably... Oh, we'll let it play out. Alright, moving on. Donkey Kong. Donkey Kong looks really good. I love his facial expressions now. He just looks so pissed. Like he's ready. Look how angry he looks. And he's taking Peach again. Cool. So, his final smash looks sick too. He does the ora 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 JoJo's. So I think that DK, if he doesn't have the ding dong, that's gonna hurt him a lot, because that was the main source of securing victories. If you see Tweak using DK, even Hikaru, I mean, granted, Donkey Kong is always going to be a solid character, but big bodies have, once again, a hard time landing. They get juggled a lot. They have really good kill power, but if he doesn't have those early KO potentials with cargo throw, up throw, up air at 60%, he loses a lot of his potency. So if he doesn't have Ding Dong, I think he's going to be somewhere around mid tier. but he could still counter people pretty well. Link, we talked about Link in my Link video. Link definitely seeing some upgrades, but also some nerfs on his recovery and a few things. I think Link is probably going to be similar to where he was in Smash Wii U. But I'm interested in seeing how creative people get with his gameplay. Samus. Cool. I actually haven't seen too much of her. Still the same animations for the most part. She can charge that in the air, which I think is really cool actually. Because I think the main question is going to be, can she shoot what like charge it in the air and shoot it in the air as well from the charge, because that's gonna be a deciding factor. So imagine you knock someone up, right, and you jump up with them and start charging your halfway charge shot, and as soon as you see an air dodge, you're falling with them at the same time. Boom, you blast them. Even if it's not fully charged, you're still gonna get that damage and you're gonna get a big hit on them. So I think that that's a really nice quality of life change for her, and as long as she still has Zair as a spacing tool, and with this new buff, I think it's gonna add a little bit more to her as a character. Her final smash looking dope as usual. So yeah, I think that with that one adjustment, she's gonna have a slight bump up. I never thought that Samus was like, as bad as people made her out to be. So I could see her being like somewhere in the mid tier, maybe in the lower end. Yoshi. Nice. The eggs bounce. That is huge, guys. Down air still looking the same. You can. That back air looks more clean. Down B looking dope. Alright, we didn't see a final smash. So yeah, I mean, Yoshi has been progressively seeing upgrades in every iteration of Smash from 64, well, from Melee into Brawl. He was slightly better, not that great. Wii U was the best version of Yoshi so far, and now with the eggs bouncing, it allows him to control more space. I can't really see any other big differences, so he's probably going to be very close to his Wii U incarnation, unless something else changes. But I definitely think the eggs bouncing is going to be a lot better for him to control space, kind of going to be like Mario Fireballs in that sense. Slow-moving, long-lasting projectiles are always good to get in, and I think that is one of Yoshi's issues, that he has trouble getting in. So I think that Yoshi's still going to be solid, probably just slightly better than his Wii U incarnation, so probably top of mid-tier. Kirby. Nice. I think Kirby is... Oh, he has the melee dash attack now, which is kind of cool. Kirby is severely underrated, man. Kirby, acting like a mimic. Kirby, I think Kirby is better than people make him out to be in Smash Wii U. People just didn't really invest the time into him. Granted, his aerial mobility kind of gets him into trouble since he can't like get down to the ground fast enough. So he's a little bit vulnerable in the air. But I think that Kirby's super solid all around, and being hopeful for him, I think at best he could be bottom of high tier in the right hands with the new game mechanics. Being that the game is going to focus on being a little bit more grounded overall, I think that Kirby is going to see a slight buff from this. Melee dash attack's cool. And fooling Link. Then Link freaks out. Final cutter. Goodbye, Fox. Speaking of Fox, hello. So, from what Nikat says and a lot of other players, Larry alike, we're hearing that Fox has gotten some considerable nerfs, being that side B cannot actually go through your... side B doesn't go through opponent's shields. You actually just fall right in front of them. So that's already a huge nerf for his recovery and even his neutral a little bit. And a lot of his old combos don't work the way that they used to. I don't think Fox is going to be like trash, but definitely not top 5, top 6 anymore at this point. So I would put him around top 15, like around where Mario is actually. Pikachu has seen a dramatic improvement. His down air spikes, look at that neutral air. It's Mewtwo's neutral air. It has a hitbox all around, and we don't know if he can like drag down and combo from it. So Pikachu's going to be a force to be reckoned with, I think, especially if he still has up throw into thunder combos. I think Pikachu's going to be easily top 10. That I can say pretty confidently, actually. I can say that confidently. At the start of the game. I'm not saying, 1 or 2 years down the line, but yeah, definitely Pikachu's going to be good. Luigi. If his Cyclone still gimps and he still has these combos, like down throw into up smash, he's still goofy. Very goofy. Taunt Spike still in the game. That's a must-have. I'm so glad to hear that. Haha, so cool. So yeah, if Luigi still has like grab combos, down throw into up smash, down throw into down air, into fast fall nair, re-grab, you know what I mean? If he still has a big source of damage, as well as the Cyclone Gimp, I think Luigi is a contender for potentially top 10, maybe even top 15. And I might be being generous here, but Cyclone Gimp is just very, very strong, as we see Elegant bringing it into full effect. We'll just have to see how the meta plays out, but I could see Luigi above where Mario and Fox is, assuming he has those characteristics. If he doesn't have those true combos and he doesn't have Cyclone Gimp, he would definitely be below where Mario and Fox is, so below top 15. IMO. Ness. Guys, I was actually a Ness main in Brawl for 2 years before I picked up Diddy Kong, and then ultimately picking up Metaknight and Diddy, and then that's when I started rising in skill. Ness has always been limited by his range and just a few things in his kit. I love Ness as a character. If he was, and we see Foe doing, really well with Ness in Wii U. Not saying he can't do it, but you have to be insanely dedicated and insanely good with the character. Let's see. I know his up air is different from what I've heard. His PK fire animation looks cooler. If there hasn't been much changes to Ness, I think the hard part is going to be him recovering. Just like in every game, Rosalina can just use gravity. People can just jump into the PK Thunder, especially with directional air dodging. I can now jump towards Ness, directional air dodge through him right into the PK Thunder, and he's dead. And I bounce up because it's going to hit me, and then I get to recover for free. So, not saying that Ness players aren't going to be able to mitigate that, but I just think that Ness is always limited by, his characteristics. So that's just unfortunate, because I love the character, but I think he's going to be low mid tier. Falcon. With the new ground mechanics, I think Falcon's going to be really sick. I think that being able to cancel anything out of dash. It looks like he still has down throw nair also. Oh, that's so cool. Being able to cancel anything out of dash, like tilts, is going to be really strong for Falcon and characters with fast ground speed. So I expect to see more Falcons, and I expect to see a big increase in tournament Captain Falcon play, actually, because he's going to be able to dash up to you, jab, like dash again, F tilt, like pivot F tilt. He is going to have a lot of options, and if he still has down throw combos, if he's not changed too much, I know his recovery is not the best, but he's going to see improvements with the new mechanics. Jigglypuff. I want her to be good. I love melee jigs. I love N6, 64. That's a sick ass combo. They still aren't showing too much from her. The problem with Jigglypuff, guys, is that she has aside from this too, right? She'll break, kills her instantly. She has no range. So yes, you can be as tricky as you want with your air dodges, but good players are going to wait for you to air dodge. They're going to punish you. If you approach with a forward air or a neutral air, characters are going to just hit you before you can hit them, because she doesn't have disjoints, and that's a problem. So Jigglypuff will always be limited by her lack of range, and since her limbs are attached to her body, that's gonna be really hard for her, and I think she's still gonna be close to bottom tier unless Rest gets a buff. I think that she should get healed from using Rest because that's what it does in the game. Not full heal, but heal some HP. Sing should have a larger radius in which it like sleeps people, and the sleep should actually work longer than half a second, so that by the time she's done singing you can actually follow up. It's just like the character's tools don't work. I don't understand why they don't, you know, they don't care about her. If they just give her some improvement, she'll be fine, but they never do. Like, nothing works. And I know you guys might bring up Captain L beating Larry, but, you know, that's like a one-time thing. We don't see Captain L winning nationals. Like, low tiers can make upsets, guys, but it's not, you know. And like I said, feel free to disagree with me, and if you want, prove it to me. Prove it to me. Pick up Jigglypuff, become the next best player in the world when Smash Ultimate drops. Peach. Peach, still probably going to be very technical. Oh, nice. Toad actually pummels for her. That's cool. Peach is very, very technical. I think she's always going to be solid, but her skill cap, like how good you have to be to make use of her, is always going to be really, really high. So she's not like a pick up and play kind of character. She's kind of someone that you have to invest a lot of time into, but let's just say optimal Peach. Optimal Peach, at minimum, I would put her at top 20. At best, top 15. Daisy, alright, so basically Peach. I would put her in the same tier bracket. Her animations, I wonder if they have any different properties. Oh, so Toad, the blue Toad actually does stuff off of her grab. I don't know if it does the same for regular Peach. Who the hell was that? That got blown up. I don't even know. Bowser, okay. Bowser's a big boy. He's fast, he's strong, he hits hard. If he still has his up throw into up air, that's going to be deadly for him. Same thing as Donkey Kong. If he still has his ding dong, aka the bow wow, whatever you want to call it, and that final smash has so much range, he's still going to be a force to be reckoned with. If he still has his bow wow or his up throw up air into kill at 60%, he's going to be a problem in this game. Mark my words. But if he doesn't have that, I still think he's going to suffer the same fate most big bodies do. And when we talk about Ridley, or Ridley, I think it is, I'm going to explain why I think Ridley is different. But let's go on to the next character. Bowser, probably low mid tier. Low mid tier without the bow wow. With the bow wow, I think he goes to high, very high, top of mid tier or bottom of high tier actually. Ice climbers, I talked about them in my ice climbers video. I think that since they get no follow-ups off of their grab, that's a big problem. They lose out on a lot of damage, but you're still getting hit by 2 forward smashes and you're still getting hit by 2 characters. It all depends on the ice climbers players and how well they're able to mitigate Nana getting gimped, but at the moment I'm gonna put them at a solid mid tier, and depending on how the meta plays out and if ice climbers players are able to come up with really unique desyncs, I think they could go up to bottom of high tier for sure. Sheik, top 10 guaranteed at the start of the game. Her offstage capabilities are just insane. She loses some of her combo ability, but not all of it. Bouncing Fish still kills. In a game where air dodging is bad now, she's gonna have a field day off stage. Her recoveries almost like is really hard to beat. I know there's no more invincibility on up B, which is a plus. They gave her a weakness. However, I think that Sheik, at least at the start of the game, we're going to be seeing Sheik in top 5s of many tournaments. I think she's going to be very, very strong. Top 10 for sure, at least within the first year. So that's 2 characters I put in the top 10. Pikachu and Sheik. Zelda, seeing a lot of improvements, and I really can't wait to see what Zelda players do with her, because now they finally have a good character. Oh no, Link. So yeah, I love the improvements to her. A lot less landing lag. She looks gorgeous, by the way. A lot less landing lag. Shadow Knight, you can move while charging it. Din's Fire doesn't put her into free fall. She's just so much better. And if she still has like down throw into up air, down throw into nair, and like up B, grounded up B combos into the reappearing at the top for a KO, Zelda's gonna be good, you guys. And that's something you can count on if the improvements are the way that we think they are. So be on the lookout for Zelda. I would put her at high mid tier, and yeah, high mid tier I think is fair to say. Dr. Mario, his down air now spikes, which is pretty darn cool. But if he's still kind of slow compared to regular Mario, and movement speed is important in this game, but he's very powerful, so he makes up for it in power. That final smash. So I would put Doc. Well. So it depends, guys. Mario loses his combo ability, so actually Mario players might switch over to Doc. It really depends on how things play out, but I could see that. I could see Mario players losing all their damage because they can't combo, and now they switch to Doc because they can get the damage with him because his moves are just more powerful overall. So I would put Doc probably below where Mario is, so right outside of top 15 because of his slow movement speed. If his recovery is still garbage, then he's low tier in my opinion. But we'll have to see. Pichu. Alright, so in my last video I made a joke about Pichu players and a lot of people were flaming me for it. The only reason I made that joke is because I don't know why people love Pichu so much. Like, he hurts himself, number one. Like, I understand he's adorable, but that's it. Like, why would you... If you in the comments could tell me why you prefer Pichu over Pikachu, when Pikachu doesn't hurt himself, number one, and he has, like, you know, better combos and better everything. I mean, Pichu's like a meme. I mean, he's adorable, don't get me wrong, but unless... Well, actually, one interesting thing, you guys, Pichu hurting himself can get himself out of combo percents. Let's say you're fighting Donkey Kong, right? Donkey Kong with the ding dong, and you're at 60%. Oh no, he can up throw up air me. Guess what? I'm Pichu. Thunder Jolt, Thunder Jolt, Thunder Jolt. Oh, now I'm at 80%. Cargo throw will not work on me anymore. So that's the one benefit I could see to Pichu hurting himself. Also, if the knockback is that much better, then I could see why people might like Pichu, because it's like a risk you're taking. It's basically you're sacrificing your percentage for more damage. And if it balances out nicely, I could see people using Pichu and Pichu being also pretty darn good. To, you know, I'm not trying to be biased at all. I put Pikachu in the top 10. And if Pichu has similar combos and everything, similar moves, properties, the only difference is he takes damage and he deals more damage and knockback. I think Pichu is going to be a little pretty interesting, right? So, I don't know. For now, I would put him around where Mario is. I have to see more. I don't really know enough, so. But I could see Pichu being a counter pick character because he hits hard. Falco. So, what can I say? Falco is like a worse Fox, unfortunately. In Smash Wii U, at least. And it looks like he... Oh, no! He got mad. So, it looks like he's pretty much unchanged for the most part. That being said, I didn't really think very highly of Falco in Smash Wii U. In Brawl, Falco is good because of the chain grab, but he doesn't have that anymore. So I would put him at the top of low tier in Ultimate, because he looks exactly the same. I don't see anything different. Marth, in my opinion, can never be bad. He has a faster dancing blade, which is really, really good. Other than that, he's just Marth. He's all spacing and mind games with the shield break. If he tippers you, you're dead. So I think that that's pretty cool. I want to put Marth in the top 10. But I think there are other characters that might be better. So I would put Marth around 11, 12, maybe even top 10. And that's my assessment. Look how smooth he is. His hair looks so much better. He looks so beautiful. Lucina, obviously, very similar to Marth. Same thing. She's going to be like a counterpick character. They have very similar properties. You already know that from Wii U. So, I mean, that's pretty much it. Her dancing blade is also faster. I would put her in a similar spot to where Marth is. Young Link. I'm very excited for Young Link, actually. Young Link is going to fill the hole that Adult Link is leaving, because Smash Wii U Adult Link is completely different, right? He's now Breath of the Wild Link. But if you want to still play a Link with single arrows, with pull out a bomb instantly and throw it, with hook shot, a tether grab, and a hook shot, I mean, we know that there's Toon Link, but I think that Young Link actually plays more true to the archetype. So I feel like a lot of Link players are going to flock over to Young Link if they don't like the changes of the big one. Young Link is going to be lighter than Big Link, but I like his down air, the flaming sword. I hope that that's still in the game. If that's still in the game, I think that Young Link has a lot of potential to do like bomb combos into down air and spike people straight down. So Young Link I have high hopes for, actually. I really do have high hopes for him. And I would put him within the top 20. I would put him within the top 20. Depends how insta tossing, insta catching items, juggling items is gonna work in this installment. Ganondorf, a lot of improvements. I don't think he's bottom 3 anymore. He's just so much faster. He has his sword. He still has armor on that. His nair, his short hop nair is pretty lagless. He has the cloud down smash. Ganondorf is gonna be good. He's gonna be a lot better. Right now, I can't give him too much, but the improvements look beautiful, and I would have to see more, guys. So I can't fully make the assessment, but I would put him, in bottom of mid tier, which is better than bottom 3 in the game. Bottom of mid tier is not bad. Mewtwo, arguably top 10 in Smash Wii U. The up smash hitbox looks a little bit bigger, which is pretty cool. Hopefully you can still edge cancel if his up B. Still looking just as powerful, which is nice. Yep, same final smash. So yeah, Mewtwo's always going to be solid. Down tilt into fair, hopefully that still combos. Nair into drag down, regrab, stuff like that. Nair, drag down, down tilt. So depending on how his moves chain into themselves, if Mewtwo doesn't have any combos, that's a problem. If his weight's the same, especially, he's supposed to be a glass cannon, but if he still has his combos and he still has his, similar ways to play, I would put him at top 20, to be generous, top 15, but I feel like I'm putting so many at top 15, so I want to say top 20 for Mewtwo. Good character. Roy! I wonder what changes they've made to him, because if they haven't changed much, I know, guys, we've seen Como and, oh, he can turn that around. That's pretty cool, actually. I know we've seen some people do work with Roy, but again, he's a very, very niche character, guys. The main issues with Roy is his recovery, and, it just doesn't really give him much vertical. If that's still similar, I think he's still going to be low tier. So we would just have to see how it plays out, but I think Roy, the fact that the game is more grounded might help him out a little bit, but even then, there's never usually a reason to use Roy over Marth and Lucina. He punishes harder, which is nice, but I still think he's going to be like high low tier, top of low tier. Game&Watch. I really enjoyed Game&Watch in Brawl. In Wii U, we do see Game&Watch players putting in work. He's not, down throw into 9 still seems to combo, which is pretty sweet. We don't get really too much else from him. He just took everybody away. We don't really get too much else from him, depending on what properties have changed. Maybe the the Judgment Hammer odds are going to be higher in this game. Who knows? But if he's the same as he is in Smash Wii U, I still think Game & Watch would be low tier, unfortunately. Just doesn't have the disjoints and the speed really to keep up with some of the other characters. Granted, like I said, Game & Watch players can cause upsets. Game & Watch players can always, place really high at nationals, right? We've seen it before from Koss, from Meister, and then there's another Mexican Game & Watch that plays really, really well at Evo. So they can do work, but that doesn't mean that the character is like high tier because of that. So I still think Game & Watch is going to be low tier if no changes have been made. Metaknight, you can never go wrong with Metaknight. He's always going to be solid. If he still has up B, easy top 20 without question. If he loses up B, I think he drops down to like low mid tier, definitely. But it seems like he's pretty much the same, so I would give him top 20 for sure. Easily. Pit. Alright. Shield grab, forward throw, does not combo off of it. Looks like he still has the same moves for the most part. That being said, mid tier. I don't really see a reason for Pit to be pushed up in any way. It's pretty agreed upon that Pit and Dark Pit are mid tier, like exactly right down the middle. Like they're good, but you're never gonna, we've never seen them win a major. We've never, aside from like Nairo in the early days, but that's when people were still learning. Pit's gonna be all fundamentals, just like he usually is. So once again, I give him mid tier. Zero Suit. If she still has ladder combos, if she still has combos into down B that spike you, if she, I just think this character is so good. I think she's going to be top 10, easily top 10. We got Pikachu, Sheik, and Zero Suit in the top 10. Look at that. Look at that. That's crazy. Up air into fair into up B. Yeah, this character is going to be very, very strong, you guys. Count on it. Count on it. I promise. Unless they change her more, she's top 10. I can confidently say. Wario. Wario can do work, guys. Don't sleep on this character. We don't see too much representation. Oh, I like that new dash attack. That's cool. He can set up his bike for edge guarding and actually use the fart to increase the hitbox. I want to see what Wario players come up with in this new... That didn't look very strong at all. It actually didn't even kill. But he might have been at like 0% or something. But yeah, I would put Wario at like the top of low tier. I am curious to see what changes he's going to have and what Wario players come up with in the new game. Snake, top 10 for sure. I can promise. Grenades are just so good. He can control space with the C4s. He still has a down throw that forces into a tech chase. That's free guaranteed damage. Guaranteed damage, guys. That's the name of the game. The character's going to be very, very good. He's heavy. He has kill options. His recovery might be a little bit worse, but he can C4 himself and make it back. So I still think that Snake is going to be very strong, especially at the start of the game. We're going to see Ally do very well with him. Top 10, at least the first year. So that's 4 characters in the top 10. Ike seeing a lot of improvements, which I really enjoy. I think he deserves them. I love that it actually moves forward now, so it's going to have a lot more utility. He looks like that comboed also. Ike's looking pretty good, guys. He's a heavy hitter. He looks faster in this game. His moves have better properties. I'm going to put him at the top of mid tier. He's just solid, and I think he's going to be pretty good. Pokemon Trainer. So we already know about Charizard. He loses his Rock Smash, which is kind of unfortunate. Squirtle, though, looking like the best of all of them, just like in Brawl. Oh, nice. He actually used it to dodge and attack. That was interesting. I know you can switch Pokemon while doing combos, which is also really cool. I think Ivysaur is going to be the weakest link here, and that's unfortunate because you are going to kind of have to play with all of them at least at one point or another, or waste time switching out using your invincibility to switch out. But that being said, Squirtle Charizard combo looking strong. I think that people learning how to use Squirtle really well is going to make Pokemon Trainer pretty darn strong, actually. And Charizard, we already know is, low tier in Wii U, but he can make his comebacks, and he can put in work. Anti has lost to Charizard, stuff like that. So don't sleep on the Zard. I love Charizard personally. Squirtle's gonna be good. I think Squirtle's gonna be bottom of high tier. And I think Ivysaur and Charizard are going to hold him back. I think Ivysaur is going to be bottom tier. And Charizard's probably going to be top of low tier. If no changes. Diddy Kong, top 10. Top 10, especially at the start. You know why? Because people are going to forget the matchup. Zero is not really playing anymore. People are forgetting the matchup at top level. And at the start of the game, while people are learning their fundamentals and learning like how to play their characters, Diddy mains are already going to, this character hasn't really changed that much. So Diddy's are going to go ham. I think Diddy's a sleeper for top, not a sleeper, but kind of an obvious top 10. Still controls space with Banana. I don't know if he has down throw combos, but he just flows so well into himself that he's always going to be good. Top 10 for sure. Lucas. Lucas always suffers from lack of range, unfortunately, because he's such a cool character. Aside from him being a little pansy in Brawl, but I love the aesthetic changes that they've added. I don't know what the hell that is, but Lucas just suffers from not enough range and people playing patient against him, kind of like Ness. You just kind of like wall him out, wait him out. I would put him at the bottom of mid tier. Sonic. So we saw Sonic at the Invitational, and I think that Sonic, I don't know. It really depends on the way his spin dash works. I do like that he can cancel anything out of his dash, which makes him pretty strong. However, depending on the mechanics, if you can't run through people's shield, some people are saying it was a glitch, some people were saying it's intentional, so we don't know how it's going to play out. But if you can't spin dash through people's shield or dash through people's shield, Sonic takes a big nerf. Huge nerf. But if they patch that and they fix it, I think Sonic's going to be very, very solid. I would put him around where Mario is, actually, Mario Fox area. But we'll just have to see a little bit more about the character. And that final smash looks broken. But what else is new, right? Dedede. Well, shoutouts to Zaki beating MKLeo. And that's... Oh, and he can absorb the Gordos. That's actually really sick. So if he gets guaranteed damage off of down throw or like grab combos, that's pretty cool. I think that helps him. Being a big body though is always difficult and unfortunate. So I mean, we like I said, we saw Zaki beat MKLeo and then get eliminated, pretty shortly after that. But instances like that are anomalies, and I still have to kind of go with my gut here and say that I think Dedede is still going to be low tier. But like I said, I want to be proven wrong because I like the character. And I actually played him in Brawl. In Brawl, he was really good. Olimar. So aside from his helmet cracks, I don't know if there are any other changes to him. You just jump people with your Pikmin. But yeah, I don't know any other changes to the character. And assuming that he's still going to be just like Wii U Olimar, it's going to require a high skill cap to learn how to use efficiently and masterfully. And I would, Olimar at optimal level, kind of like Peach, I would give him top 20, guaranteed. Olimar not at optimized, I would give him low tier. But I'm sure Shuton and the Buzz and I'm Hip and some others, Angbad, can come up with really creative ways to play him. Myron, right? We see a lot of good Olimar players. If he's exactly the same, I give him top 20, top 25. Probably top 25, you guys. Lucario! This is a character that I've always had problems with because of his aura. And we don't know what differences have been made to aura, if they're stronger. His counter's faster, which was a much needed improvement. He can still chain 3 forward airs. If his aura and rage still stack, that's going to be a huge problem. If rage isn't toned down in the next game, Lucario's still going to be, I think, very, very good. And to try and give an unbiased opinion, I would put him at top 25. But I think he's better than that personally. R.O.B. I love this character. I wish he was better because I love playing R.O.B. I actually take pride in my R.O.B. Gameplay. But he's just a big body that doesn't really get rewarded too much for being a big body. That's kind of cool. You get a guaranteed grounded state. Can combo into down smash, so that's a pretty nice improvement. But he's still killed with up throw in the previous in the previous build. I'm gonna be messing around with R.O.B. and trying to see what I can make from him. But if there are no significant changes to him, I would put him in like the bot, like 35th, 30th, around there. No, maybe even lower actually. Yeah, sorry, R.O.B. Toon Link. I think, everyone knows I have a Toon Link. I've used him as a secondary in tournaments. His forward smash being one hit is really good. If it's just as strong as his forward smash in Wii U, just that it's one hit, that's a huge buff. Once again, we don't know how bomb mechanics are going to work in the new game. But, that's a sick combo. Or like juggling and stuff like that. But I love Toon Link. I think he's great. I think at worst he's going to be top 25, but I want to say he's going to be top 20 at fully optimized, fully optimized gameplay. But we'll have to see how this plays out. But yeah, at worst top 30, but I think realistically top 25 for sure. Wolf in Brawl was pretty, he was always considered mid-tier in Brawl. His back air was safe, which is a problem. You couldn't actually really punish him, and he would just kind of like spam back airs and then mix it up with grab whenever you shielded. So depending on how safe his moves are, he could potentially also be mid-tier again in this game. But if he's kind of just like a Falco archetype without any redeeming qualities, unfortunately, I would have to put him at bottom of mid-tier. But I love Wolf, and he looks so good, you know what I mean? So I hope that they give him some nice stuff, and that they kind of buffed him from Brawl, but that's what I would have to rule him as. Villager. Yeah, Villager just gets shut down by DLC and characters with insane range. Cute character, always has, potential. Great in doubles, for sure. That's something you can count on. But I think that, just because of, DLC and the way that the meta plays out, Villager kind of sinks down to, top 30 or 35th area around there. Maybe in even the 40s. Megaman. Has very niche matchups. Is a heavyweight, has good kill power. Just, and he's just defensive. For some reason, just Mega Man just doesn't, cut it. And we get Proto Man and Base in the mix, which is pretty cool. But I would also have to put him around the 35-40 range. Wii Fit Trainer. Also considered low tier in Smash Wii U. I think if she doesn't have too many changes. And also, this was my first main in 3DS before I started maining Diddy. So I like the character. I love, their aesthetic. I love their playstyle. But they're just not that great, Would have to put her in the low tier. Rosa. Oh, top 10 for sure. So here's the thing, guys. Rosalina and Luma, I think have always been good. I think they've always been top 5 in Wii U throughout the entire lifespan, even after the initial nerfs. For example, Ice Climbers cannot act while one of them gets a grab, right? When Popo gets a grab or gets grabbed, Nana cannot do anything, right? But Luma can attack people when Rosa gets grabbed. If this has not changed, Rosalina and Luma, especially with the game being more grounded and jumping is worse and air dodging is worse, the Buzz is going to have a field day. The Buzz is going to win so much. And I think Rosalina and Luma are going to be top 5, I can confidently say, if Luma gets no nerfs. If Luma gets no nerfs in knockback off the up air and no nerf, look at that. And if Luma can still act out of when Rosa gets grabbed, this character is going to be top 5. Not in doubles though, but in singles for sure. Little Mac. I have high hopes for Little Mac. Definitely have high hopes. I think that Little Mac is going to be very good. I think that canceling anything out of dash for Little Mac is going to be very solid. His side B doesn't put him into free fall anymore. Yeah, Little Mac, he's going to be the character that everybody wished he was in Wii U. And like I said, probably one of the most improved characters from Wii U into Ultimate. And I think he's going to be hard to pinpoint him, but I think at minimum top 30, but at best top 15, maybe even top 10, but we'll have to see. That it's a prediction I have that he might actually be seen a lot at top level. Greninja's a good boy. We don't see too much of him. And nice. Yeah, we don't see too much of him. I don't really see any distinct changes. His counter still looks kind of slow. Yeah, bottom of mid tier. The Mii fighters. Again, I think Gunner's gonna kind of Swordsman's gonna suffer. Bottom 3 in the game. Gunner's only slightly better. I think Brawler, you know, depending on the rule set on custom moves or not, Brawler's gonna be the best one once again. Tiny mini Brawler that up Bs you at 30% and you die. But aside from that, if it's just no custom moves, default Miis, then I think they'll be, you know, Brawler's gonna be mid tier at best, and all the other ones are gonna be below him. Palutena. I'm sorry, but you're also going to be low tier. Boom. I do like that the counter... Wait. No, she does still have reflect and counter. She looks the same, guys. I wish she was better because she's a goddess and she's cool and she's beautiful, but that's it. Pac Man! Gonna go from low tier, potentially bottom tier, to high mid tier, maybe even low high tier. So like the bottom of high tier. I think Pac Man's gonna be very, very good. A potential top 20 at least. His fruit charges very, very fast, guys. He gets the key in 2 seconds, and his grab no longer has a oh nice, interesting. So it only has 2 jumps this time. His grab is actually faster and has no blind spot, and those were the character's 2 biggest weaknesses. So I think Pac-Man's gonna see a huge increase in results for sure. Sinji's gonna have a field day with people. Robin, I'm sorry. It's just the slow movement speed, you guys. And now your opponent can actually see how many, you know, of your tome you have left. So Robin mains were actually able to keep this information concealed, and they knew they used to keep track of it, but now your opponents are also going to be able to know, and you know, so nothing's going to be concealed from your opponent. They're going to know everything. So I don't know. I think Robin's still going to be low tier. Shulk is going to be also one of the most improved characters. I give this character top 20 at minimum. And I think they have a potential for being top 10. You can start a combo with Speed Monado, launch him into the air, switch to jump to follow up, combo them in the air, and then switch to Smash Monado for the kill. That's going to be huge. The fact that you can just change Monado's mid-combo and that you don't have to cycle through? Huge. Huge. We know he can switch Monado's mid-combo. So that's really, really big for the character. Bowser Jr., I'm sorry. You're still low tier. No discernible changes. Unfortunately, a big body that doesn't get much of the reward. Has a very linear approach. Yeah, I like the character. It's just, I'm sorry. That's it. Middle of low tier. Duck Hunt. We've seen Raito actually doing very, very well with this character. I don't really see too many changes. However, oh, he can air dodge after up B, or can he air dodge out of up B? If he can air dodge out of up B, then that's really cool actually. I think that gives him another movement option, which is pretty sick. And for that, I could give him top 30. Ryu. So Ryu can't turn around anymore. He can still roar back air, so it doesn't really matter too much, but it's still kind of like, I don't know. I think Ryu gets knocked down a peg because of kind of like the fact that he can't really turn around, but maybe it'll help people overall because they can input their moves a little bit easier. I still give Ryu like bottom of high tier, so like top 25, maybe top 30 at worst. Cloud, top 10, I speculate. Just because guys, he doesn't have, if you wait 15 seconds after he has limit, his limit goes away, and that's a huge nerf. Also, his up B doesn't snap as effectively as it does in Wii U, so his recovery is even more exploitable, which is also a pretty considerable nerf. So he might not be top 10 for those reasons, and his up air also does not hit grounded opponents. So there's a few reasons why I think Cloud gets toned down, but I still think overall he's a really good character. His range is good, his moves are safe. He still gets limit, so he just has to think about it a little bit more. He's not just kind of like a pick up and play anymore. He has to create a situation in which he's gonna get limit and you can't escape him, and then he kills you. But it's no longer, I'm just gonna go over to this platform and charge limit. Oh, you're at 60, you're dead, I can just hold on to it. You have to strategize a lot more with him now, which I think is healthy for the game. It's going to tone him down in doubles, so we could potentially have double Cloud again, if that's what people want. And I still think he's going to be top 10. I think it's too early to rule him out, but I would be okay with ruling him out. I think that he might not be top 10, but I still think he's just really solid. Corrin! I also have high hopes for Corrin. I know that her side B is a little different and potentially has more end lag, but guys, the move was too good. It just means that you have to think a little bit more. She's not going to be bad. Top 20 minimum, but I want to give her top 15 almost for sure. Top 15, I can almost confidently say. I would put Corrin above Mario and Fox and all those guys as a reference. Bayonetta, also top 10. Granted, Sakurai saw things that he probably didn't like at the Invitational. So, depending on how much more she's toned down, I think that she might potentially fall out of the top 5. Otherwise, I still have to put her in the top 5. Because if she's... Look at that. Witch Time is super good. She still has combos that will roof you off the top. We saw during the Invitational what MKLeo did to Plup, and just her recovery and her tools. Top 5 easily. If she gets nerfed again, we would have to then put her out of the top 5 and into the top 10, and potentially out of the top 10 depending on how severe the nerfs are. But I think it's a safe bet to put her in top 10. Inkling! This is another character that I have high hopes for, and I would put them as an honorable mention for top 10, meaning that I don't have enough information, but I could see them being really, really good, especially since they can jump cancel their side B. When you get paint all over you, you actually take more damage and more knockback. So I think that their mechanics are really intuitive. Her dash, you can actually, you have no hurt box, so you're technically invincible half the time while you're dashing, and that's really interesting to me. So I think that they have a potential for top 10, but I don't know enough about them to confidently place them there. Ridley. I think this is one of the only big body characters that are going to be very, very, very good. And look at that. Like, that move, I don't know, during the demo, dealt like 53%. Which is ridiculous. If they don't tone down the damage that this character does, Ridley, then I think that he's going to be extremely good. And I would probably have to put him in the top 20. But that being said, I think that since he's a big body, he has a lot of weaknesses. And maybe we'll be seeing him in the top 25, top 30. But yeah, high hopes for him. And I think that he could be very, very strong. And that's pretty much it, guys. So I do want to create a bit of a thumbnail for you guys or something that will list my choices, because I know I probably said a lot of like, oh, they're in the top 30, they're in the top 30, they're in the top 30, and that might have been more than 30 characters. Once again, I'm kind of doing a rough estimate here, but just sharing my thoughts. Hopefully you found it helpful. I am going to try and get a image here showing all the rankings of characters in my opinion, in terms of like, you know, likelihood to win a tournament, or like, right, tier lists regarding tools and functions, stuff like that. So that's pretty much it, guys. I know I'm probably gonna get a lot of flame and a lot of heat in the comments, but if you did enjoy my humble opinion, please give this video a thumbs up. I do, you know, I could be wrong. I'm not saying that I know everything. I have been competing for a long time though, and I think that I at least got some of this right, you know, not all of this is wrong. So that being said, if you haven't done so already, hit that subscribe button. I put out tons of content for Smash Ultimate, Dragon Ball FighterZ, and a few other games. And that's pretty much it, guys. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you all next time. Thank you guys for sitting through such a long video, man. It really means a lot to me if you sat through the whole thing. Thank you so much. Later. Actually, if you sat through the whole thing, I want you to write Pichu sucks in all capital letters in the comments. All right, peace.